All right, we're going back up on the tube. Damn it, Bobby. Welcome back in, guys. Welcome back in. Tap that screen. If you voted for Donald Trump, you can hop in the box. If you're over in the tube, call in on that number. Call in on that number, and we'll answer. We are back. Big fan of Chuck Mangione. I always liked his music. Ooh, Erika. I don't know if I like this one or the other one better. I'm not sure.
The other one's a bit more Medusa.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we might have to let we might have to let the people decide on that. I don't know. I don't know. Which are you leaning towards?
I don't know. I've just been letting AI do its AI thing.
Hmm. I don't know. I might have to maybe I'll A B them for you later on, and you can decide. Kind of like the other one. Feels more on
Yeah,
brand for
I
you.
do. It's a bit more mystical and not quite as pretty.
Yeah. I don't know, but like I said, we could A B them. So. Hmm.
People are thinking we're talking about the song.
Oh, they're thinking we are talking about the song.
Yeah.
Oh no, not talking about the song. No, you'll see. It was fine.
I do have another one. Let me look through my pictures.
All right. Once again, guys, welcome on in. Welcome on in. If you voted for Donald Trump, you can hop in the box. We can have a chat. If you're over on the tube, call in. Call in. Our number is open, and we are taking calls. Come on in. Soul of a beer can. I would say that Chuck Mangione, like during surgery, doing surgery, that seems like a great. Um, it's chill. Like you stay relaxed and focused. Like I think it's a great idea. This isn't Saturday Night Live. The Saturday Night Live theme is very different from this. You guys. All right, Yeah, exactly. Aaron. Everyone needs a little Chuck Mangione in their life. It's fine, I'm just giving I'm giving you guys a hard time. I like it. Once again, if you voted for Donald Trump, you can get in the box on over here. You can call up the number at the top of the screen or the number that's pinned in the chat over on the tube. Either way. At the same time, if you're not a Trump supporter, help us out by tapping that screen or doing the helping out with the gift goal. That'd be great. Thank you. You gotta watch it thick. I'm gonna bow out it tonight. What the fuck? Oh boy. Once again, guys, if you voted for Donald Trump, get in the box. Let's have a conversation. Or you can call us up if we're over on the tube. We are just restarting now. See if we've got some more people to talk to. So if that's you, come on. Yeah, Chuck Mangione stops at the Megalomart. Exactly. Hey guys, how's it going? Hey Aaron, hey friends. G. Ive Hagen, hey guys. Hey Dean, how's it going? Dean, as far as I know, just on amendments, not any sort of official vote. Yeah, maybe the ops all enlisted. That's entirely possible. Wow, we made it all the way through. Feels so good, which is like the full song is nearly 10 minutes, and wow, no Trump supporters requesting up or calling in. Holy cow! Well, that's wild.
They lost their power when Chuck Norris unalived.
Oh, this is Love Your Show from the UK. Thank you. Thanks, friend. There you go.
I don't know why you pointed at me. I'm from Mississippi.
Oh, it's my
Don't
bad.
you poke me without consent. You keep your fingers to yourself, sir.
I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. See?
That
I'm not touching you. I'm not touching
my
you.
brother used to do that when I was a kid.
See, I was the oldest, so I never got to do that to anybody. So no, don't. I wasn't touching her.
I was also the oldest.
So I had to deal with all of that. So
In fact,
I never got to do that.
I still am the oldest. Still am.
Same. Still the oldest.
And I hope to remain the oldest for a few years yet.
That would be good.
Do you think Nemo's noticed that we've gone down yet? Or
I message. I mean, I think he's probably knows. I messaged him, so I'm sure. Whatever's going on. Look, you speak his name into existence.
I can conjure people up, you know.
Apparently. Might even have someone to talk to. Freya, hi. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Hi, I sure did.
Okay. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
I'm 56 and I'm in Washington State.
Okay. Why do you still support Donald Trump?
Well, do you find it hard to hide the fact that no matter how much Chuck Mangione you play or who's up here or what you have to say, that you're not going to be under Trump for the next 3 years?
That's a weird way to answer the question, why do you support Donald Trump? I'm asking you, why right now, in March 21st of 2026, why do you still support Donald Trump?
And why don't you?
Again, it's really odd to answer a question with a question. I'm asking you to please defend why you still support Donald Trump or state the reasons why you still support him.
I don't know. Why don't you take the tape off your eyes and whatever is in your ears and look around?
Ma'am, what I'm asking you to do, please, is to say the things that you like about what Donald Trump is doing right now.
He's doing everything that he needs to make America still great.
Could you maybe be a little bit more specific instead of speaking in platitudes?
What's platypus? Sorry, what's that?
Platitudes would just be generic good things, like saying he's doing the good things. That would be like a platitude. So
he's doing everything he said he was going to do with a vengeance, and I love it.
Oh, okay, great. So, how he said that he was going to start no new wars, or like how he said he was going to lower gas prices, or how he said he was going to lower food prices.
Oh, and you know what? When you go back to all the presidents, that there's no wars then either.
Ma'am, don't be rude. I was in the middle of speaking. I would appreciate it if you weren't rude to me.
I'm sorry, it's hard to listen to lies, but go ahead.
I don't know why you can't have a conversation like an adult. You're 56 years old. You're acting like...
Oh, I'm totally fine.
It seems like...
I'm totally fine.
You're still interrupting me. My 9-year-old daughter has more manners than you. If you want to have a conversation like an adult, we could talk like adults. Can we do that, please? You are so eager to interrupt me and talk, you can't answer that question?
I answered it for you.
You didn't answer it. You didn't say anything.
I said because he is doing everything he said he was going to do.
No, ma'am.
And he's a good president. In fact, he's the best.
No, ma'am. The question I just asked you, which is, can we please have a conversation like adults where we speak to each other?
Yes, sir.
Are you okay?
I'm great.
It doesn't seem like it.
Well, I'm sorry that you're not great. You're.
Anyways, the thing that I was saying. So Donald Trump promised no new wars. He just started a major war. Donald Trump promised you lowered gas prices. Gas prices are through the roof and getting higher. Donald Trump promised you lower food prices. Food prices are only going up and have only gone up. Donald Trump promised you lower prices overall for goods. Those things are going up and still going up. Donald Trump promised you lower taxes. Well, guess what? Tariffs have made all of our taxes now go up, despite the big, beautiful bill. We've got a bunch of people who are getting kicked off health care, even though he promised us a health care solution and has provided none in the last year and change. So I'm definitely curious to know what campaign promises he made that you feel like he's currently keeping.
Sorry, I'm trying to process all this false information.
It's really, all you have to do is just say which campaign promises that he made that he's currently keeping. It should be really easy for you.
Well, first of all, he didn't start a war.
He literally just
Iran
did.
has had issues with the U.S. for years.
He literally just started a war.
He is the one who absolutely has the balls to do anything.
To start a war?
And most of the rhetoric you're speaking up here in your microphone, Mr. Commentator, is old hat information that every president has gone through. Gas prices, food's going higher. Who fucking cares?
Donald Trump?
I don't care.
Oh, okay.
You shouldn't care.
You're telling me I shouldn't care if gas prices and food prices
Well, then get
go
off
higher?
your ass and get a better job.
You want me to get a better job?
Did I stutter?
Freya, how old are you?
56.
What do you do for a living?
What do I do for a living? I'm a college student.
Holy God.
Isn't it kind of difficult to get a better job in an economy where unemployment is rising?
Yes.
Ma'am, are you from the UK?
Yeah.
God.
And are you living in the United States or are you in the UK?
I'm in the
You
UK.
listen here, all right,
You're in the
Erika?
UK, so
You
what
can't
right
have
do you
opinions
have
on
to speak
American
on our
politics
Yeah.
because you're
president?
from England.
Yeah, Erika,
and we beat you
in 1776.
I am so sorry, but why don't you fix your own backyard?
And American politics don't affect anyone else in the world now, do they, Freya?
I'm sorry,
did
but
you just say
the
start
US
with the Queen?
You did.
God, you
finished,
suck at
Jesus
this.
Christ.
She's been
We
dead for
finished-
like years now.
Holy shit.
We finished with the Queen, Freya, several years ago. When she died,
My God.
I don't know
Freya.
how much more
Jesus
finish that
Christ.
you can get than someone being dead.
Anyways, Freya, I'm still waiting for an answer to my original question, which is, what campaign promises did Donald Trump make that he's currently keeping?
And my answer is, which ones hasn't he?
Holy shit. Okay. If your answer is
Oh, and
which one
I'm the
hasn't-
immature one.
If the answer is which ones hasn't he, then it should be very easy for you to say, here are the ones that he's keeping, and this is how he's keeping them. It should be very simple.
You can't fix stupid, though, no matter what we tell you.
Answer the question. It's really simple. If he's keeping all of his promises, then explain which ones he's keeping and how he's doing it.
Again, you guys.
You are so fucking stupid that you can't list his campaign promises and explain to us how he's keeping them.
Wow.
Oh, wow. You're 56 years old and you can't understand a basic fucking question? Answer the fucking question. Oh, there's the nervous laughter because, you're going to run away now like a little bitch? Run away.
You know what? You're the little.
You know what? Run away like the little bitch that you are.
3 more years.
You know what, Matt? I'll have you
Three
know
more-
that I'm the president
No.
of my HOA,
Hey,
and I'll send a customer
Yeah.
complaint about you, Matt.
Hey, yeah, and you know what, Freya? Freya, I just want to let you know one other thing. Hey, Freya, I know. Number one, he's not going to make it 3 more years because, number one, he's going to die before then, and we're all going to fucking celebrate, and we're going to stomp on his fucking grave on the day that he does. I want you to know that. You're going to burn in hell just like he
gonna
is. I just want you to
outlive
know that you're going to burn in hell with him because you're a fucking cunt.
Based.
We are worshipping this Saturday in the house of Matt. Well, she was nice.
I'm sorry, I tried. I was like, please, can you just engage and can you answer the fucking question? Sorry.
We refer to that, everyone, to the 600 people that are watching us. We refer to that as chronic late stage privileged white woman syndrome. That's what we just heard, everyone. Karen, president of her HOA, probably lives somewhere in Wisconsin, and likely gets a lot of her political opinions from her husband, who is getting his political opinions from, used to be Rush Limbaugh, whenever he would drive into work in his Ford F-250 dually that is suspiciously lacking of anything that resembles mud. Yeah.
Oh, holy shit. Thank you, Dora. Thank you, friend. Appreciate you. Guys, I appreciate you for that. Make sure that you're doing the same thing for our friends Nemo and for Erika. Oh, Freya, did I drop you? I'm so sorry about that. That's my bad. Here.
She's also saying she's reporting you in the comments, just so you know.
No, honey. Oh. Are you hurt that I called you? I'll see you next Tuesday. Oh, man, that sucks.
And just for Freya's information, I I can also get your country's unemployment figures using this little thing called the internet.
But unfortunately, I am sorry, Eric. I did already block her. And also, real quick too, Dean. Happy birthday to you, my friend. Happy birthday to our friend Dean. Can we get everyone to wish Dean, our friend Dean, friend of the live? Can we wish Dean a happy birthday, please? Happy birthday to our friend Dean.
Happy birthday, Dean.
Happy birthday.
I would sing to you, but Matt will like mute me, so I won't.
You can sing. Okay, go for it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dean. Happy birthday to you, and many more. For he's a jolly good.
That was not me.
Damn.
That was not me. That wasn't me.
I muted myself to make everyone think you were being mean to me.
To be fair, you were doing that British bastardization of the happy birthday song. We don't do that second half.
Oh.
We ain't got time for that.
Yeah. Time for that woke British bullshit.
What, for he's a jolly good fellow? Is it? What? You don't want to call people jolly good fellows? What are you doing? Exactly, and no hip hips. We haven't got to the hip hips yet.
Sorry, no hip hips. We're just the worst, huh?
The hip hips don't lie.
We're starting wars. We don't do. He's a jolly good fellow. Thank you, Soul Virkan, for the super chat over on the tube. It says, "Oh, her husband definitely buys boner pills and MREs. Definitely buys boner pills and MREs from AM radio ads." That is so spot on, dude. That is so spot on. I can't even begin to tell you. Guys, if you voted for Donald Trump, hop in the box. Let's have a chat. Hi, thanks for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
I sure did.
Okay. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
30, Nebraska.
Okay. Why do you still support Donald Trump?
I support him until we get into a land invasion, pretty much.
It's what?
I support him until we get into a land invasion.
Oh, okay. But you're saying that you still support everything that he's doing right now?
Right now, yes. I'm okay with that. Why wouldn't I be?
Because he's breaking all of his campaign promises?
What, did you say no military actions whatsoever?
Said no new wars.
Yeah, if it's a military action that's a short period of time, that's still keeping within his promise. But if it turns into a full-fledged war, then
that's
I would
keep with his promise. Was there an asterisk whenever he said no new wars? I don't remember there being an asterisk after that.
A war in the context of what? Well, he's always been threatening. His entire campaign, he's always been threatening. The only people that are affected by that part of it are like the libertarians who want zero.
Well, no, because he also
whatsoever.
said that he didn't want to get involved in regime change.
Did he say that?
Yeah. Are you going to try and parse out how well he didn't actually mean that now?
Well, again, I don't care. I mean, did you consider the what do you call it, Venezuelan interactions? Did you consider those wars?
Well, in Venezuela, I mean, that wasn't much of a regime change as much as it was he just kidnapped the leader of the country. The regime is still the Maduro regime. His vice president took over. She seems more pliable to Western interests, but whatever. But
like
as far as Iran is concerned, this is absolutely a war.
You could say that, and I wouldn't give you much pushback on it. But if it turns out to be
Okay,
longer,
so so hold on. If we can agree that it's a war, Donald Trump campaigned on no new wars, so he lied.
no,
No? Oh, so it's not a war.
no, I'd say that you caveated that a lot with forever wars. So we don't want wars that last 20, 30 years, and he said that quite a bit.
Okay, all right. And to be fair, any type of entanglement in the Middle East is probably going to be one of those forever wars, right?
I would say no.
No? When's the last time that we got into an entanglement in the Middle East that didn't last 20 years?
It was like Bush and Obama and all those other ones.
Bush and Obama?
Those have been, yeah.
I don't know, man. I think that you might want to look at a calendar. Do you know when George W. Bush was president?
2008 was the last time, so 2007, right?
What?
Yeah, so
George W. Bush was
president.
George W. Bush came into office in 2001. We got into the Middle East in 2002.
Yeah.
It is currently 2026. Is that 20 years later?
Yeah, well, I don't know what we're disagreeing on that.
Okay, so when is the last time that we got involved in the Middle East that did not turn into a forever war?
Didn't we, entirely nuke Gaddafi from orbit and didn't really get into a war?
No. So, I mean, as far as Gaddafi is concerned, number one, that's a terrible example because Libya is a failed state at this point. They're literally slave markets in Libya.
Why do I give a shit about Libya?
Who do you think that... What country do you think Gaddafi led?
It's one of those ones right next to Israel. I can't remember if it's Libya or if it's Syria. I'm pretty sure it's Libya.
Right next to Israel? God damn. You got to be trolling. This has to be a troll. There's no fucking way.
Or are we just going to keep riffing into it? Give me the +1 for not being in forever war by killing Gaddafi.
Your phone is breaking up. Could you get in a better spot? Because whatever sentence you just said, it didn't make any sense because we only heard half of it.
So we killed Gaddafi. We didn't get into a forever war, and you're just now they're slaves there.
I literally can only hear every other word. Are you sure you can't be in a better spot for your signal?
Oh, I'm working right now, so probably not.
Well, now it's better, so maybe you could just be wherever you are right now.
All right.
So again, as far as Gaddafi is concerned, I mean, not so much we, right? It was the Arab Spring, but Gaddafi was unalive in part due to U.S. involvement in Libya, right? And Libya is now a failed state. They have open slave markets, and Gaddafi was off, was that 2011, 2012? So 15 years ago. Mm-hmm. For anyone that doesn't know, if you're curious, as long as you ain't squeamish, there's literally video of him being offed in a really fucking brutal way.
Murdered in the street.
Yeah, but it was done by his own people, not by the US.
Yeah, but we blew up all his air defense, and we we made it a no-fly zone. We make it entirely possible for, and we did strikes. So I don't see how you can say that if you have limited intervention, it doesn't get the results that you want. I don't think we were trying to make that country a better country.
We were just trying to turn it into a failed state?
I don't think we were doing any statecraft there, to be honest with you. I'm pretty sure, and nobody would contend that we were. Pretty sure, yeah.
We just wanted to.
Did Hillary Clinton and did she want that to be a productive democratic society? I don't think anybody was saying at the time.
Were they saying that they wanted Libya to be completely failed?
They killed Gaddafi, and then that was pretty much it for the most part.
Okay. So do you assume that the same thing is going to happen with Iran?
I don't know. Again, I said that I would not support Trump if he did an armed invasion of the country, but if he left it pretty much where it is now, but they stop trying to go for nuclear goals and shooting missiles and disarm some of their programs, I'd be happy with that.
So I want you to, before we dive into that, I want you to remember this moment. Okay. I want you to just stop what you're doing. Just stand there for a second. Listen to my voice. Look at your shoes. Think about what color your shoes are. I want you to remember this moment. We are going to do a ground invasion of Iran. It's going to happen within probably the next month. It's going to be dressed up as, limited military intervention by Marines and Spec Ops.
Yeah, and I would support it.
Okay. All right. So that's the thing is the goalposts keep moving, right? You just said that you wouldn't support him if it was an armed invasion. And I told you that that's exactly what's about to happen. And you're like, well, okay, never mind, I support it.
I told you I would. That was the first thing I said. I said if he did do a ground invasion, I wouldn't support him anymore. I don't know what's so hard to figure about that.
Am I having a stroke right now or something? Okay, so
maybe.
Dude, so just out of curiosity, this is just my own personal edification, Nemo. I just am just curious. Why are you drawing the line at us having a war with them one way and not the other way? Just out of curiosity.
Long term versus short term. If we're going to do a short term operation, I have no issue with it. We have to supply some muscle at some points in time for geopolitical reasons.
What we're doing right now. Okay, let's just say we only stuck with this and we didn't do a ground invasion. How does this end? What does this look like at the end?
Well, what's changed by doing some hits and strikes? What has changed? So if we just stop right now, what would have changed between that invasion and like 2 or 3 months ago?
Well, what I don't know what you mean. I'm asking you if the war stops right now, right?
Yeah.
Or next week or whatever it is, what do you think the end result is in Iran?
Regime's a little bit more dead. It has a lot more of its top head political figures dead. I say that's a net positive, to be honest with you. And it might leave enough fractures in the current government of Iran that it might start becoming more of a democratic state instead of a theological state.
No. Sorry, Erika.
No, I was going to say, you've radicalized people who were not previously radicalized, because we know that all of the previous incursions into the Middle East have caused the radicalization of not just people within the Middle East, but also of people outside the Middle East. We know that. We know what these groups do is they take videos of people being blown up and people being hurt and people being unalived, and they make that into propaganda to radicalize more people. We've seen it. It happened in Syria, it happened in Iraq, it happened in Afghanistan. We've seen it.
And because Erika just took the words right out of my mouth. The other thing that we've seen happen that is very concerning is the power vacuum. So even if the current regime falls, it's not. There's no guarantee that a democratic government just pops up. There are a lot of other factions that might be fighting for control, some of whom could be worse, which is crazy to think about. So, I mean, like, this is literally, this is akin to rolling dice that are stacked against you. Like, it's not like, okay, we did this thing and the odds are high we're going to get the outcome that we want. It's like the odds are incredibly low we're going to get the outcome that we want. So like Erika said, you've radicalized a bunch of people. You're probably going to create a power vacuum where the people that you want to take control aren't going to take control. And, oh, by the way, you're dealing with that 20-ish mile-wide stretch of water called the Strait of Hormuz, where 20% of the world's daily oil passes through. And if that's not in complete control of the right people, well, we're seeing what that does to world energy supplies. Oh, and by the way, there's already been irreparable damage done to, like the LNG in Qatar, which is almost certainly going to lead to things like electrical rationing in Europe and maybe even here. Like, it's crazy, man. Like, right now there's no good outcome.
Well, can I point out as well, Matt? The Ayatollah of Iran is not just the leader of Iran. He is the spiritual leader for Sunni Muslims all over the world.
Yeah,
And
he's
he
like the
was
Sunni Pope,
unalived.
basically. Yeah.
I'm still talking. And he was unalived by Donald Trump
That's
during the
nice.
holy month of Ramadan.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you don't understand what that means to Shia Muslims, then I don't know what to tell you.
I don't care about them at all whatsoever.
I'm sure you don't, but it doesn't mean that right. This winds me up that I don't care about them. You better start fucking caring, because they're
I don't
gonna
care about the British
about
either,
it.
if that helps you. You're about the same category.
I could not give less of my bag of fucks is empty, regards whether you care about me and my country or not. My bag of fucks.
Yeah, you're basically savages.
I have no fucks left to give.
What?
Okay? Don't care.
Caller,
this is you coping.
Caller, I'm gonna tell you. So number one, I've spent a lot of time in Nebraska, and the idea that you would be calling my British friend a savage is laughable. That's number one. But number two is you're going to be real upset. And it is the Shia Muslims. Erika did correct herself, guys. It is the Shia Muslims that the Ayatollah is the top of. But you can say that you don't care about them. But if you're going to start radicalizing more of them, I would say that you'll be real concerned about it if there are more terrorist attacks on Americans, wouldn't you?
Well, it sounds like we need to start deporting some, don't we?
What's that?
It sounds like we should almost have maybe some immigration blocks on them coming into the country.
Oh, really? You think so?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Awesome, fantastic. And by the way, just out of curiosity, how did all the 9/11 hijackers get into the country?
I think they came here on planes from the Middle East.
But how did they enter the country from a legal perspective?
Why does it matter? You don't let them in, period.
Oh, so we just stop letting anybody from any country that speaks Arabic, huh? Hello?
Yeah, that's wonderful. Actually, that's a great idea. I like your point.
Oh, I got it. So
Well,
you're just racist. Understood.
Racist against the religion. I didn't know Sunni and Shia was racist.
Not just any country that speaks. Well, Shia is one of the two main sects in Islam. But anyway, not just people who speak Arabic, by the way, because many of the North African countries speak French. Indonesians, the population of Indonesia is the biggest Muslim population in the world.
Good point. Very good. Yep.
But there's lots of Kurds here in Nebraska.
Iranians speak Farsi, not Arabic.
I never brought up a language. So I don't know what you're talking about.
I just pointed out. I said I was just using that as an example. I was just using that as an example. I wasn't included, but that's all. I was just using them as an example.
Yeah.
I was
So,
just
yeah,
saying.
that's
I was
a-
just saying. But yeah, you didn't. You certainly didn't disappoint. You didn't disappoint when I asked you. But you certainly said the racist thing. So good job.
I say don't allow people to commit terror attacks.
You're breaking up. Can you go back to wherever you were, where your phone was better?
Yeah. So you want to let in people who are going to commit terrorist attacks on us?
No,
That's
actually,
where
what I
we're
would
at,
prefer
right?
to do, what I would prefer to do is deport people like you, because people like you commit around 74% of all terrorist attacks in this country in the last 25 years.
Oh, you said right. So you're trying to claim that all right wing is what?
No, I didn't claim that all right wing is anything. I said that people like
Well, that's
you.
your stat.
No,
That's
it's
your
not.
stat,
I'm
though,
sorry.
but
I'm
that
sorry.
also
Hey,
includes
but if
Muslim.
you let me finish, I could explain it to you. But you're talking.
Well,
This
I
is
mean, I
probably
can
why.
let you lie.
This is
or
probably
I could
why.
talk over you a little
This
bit
is probably why
for
you
it.
don't. This is probably
Pull
why you
out your
don't.
lie.
This is probably why you don't understand things. Is because you just talk. So, anyways, if you want. The statistic
Keep
actually
lying.
comes from the Department of Justice and a report that they put out under the Trump
And it says what?
under the Trump administration that actually says that 72% of all violence that's related to this comes from people on the right, people like you.
You not know that?
Whatever you just said, couldn't hear it. Your phone is just so shitty and breaking up.
It's right wing. Muslim terrorism counts as right wing terrorism. If you didn't know.
No, it doesn't.
No, you can.
It does. It does. It does.
Dipshit. It's specifically separated.
No, it's not.
Even when you separate it, the right wing is still.
I mean, you
more.
can lie. I mean, you can lie all day.
Is it lying because you just don't like it? Like, do you know what the Cato Institute is, dude?
Doesn't bother me if you lie, guy.
Okay, so you don't actually know what the Cato Institute is. I mean, it's not really surprising. So
It's a libertarian think tank institute, but whatever.
Very good.
You're still
Very
lying.
good. So you're saying the Cato Institute's lying?
You're just misinterpreting it on purpose.
I'm misinterpreting it. Okay, cool. Hey, here you go, Matt.
It's almost very
I'll
hard.
send you the link
It's
of the
almost
thing that I'm
entirely hard.
misinterpreting. We can misinterpret it together.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think I might already have it up on my screen, but I'll make sure that it's the same thing here.
Well, I can't see it because I'm working, not in talking to communists.
Did you just say not talking to communists? We've been having this conversation for like, what, 10 minutes now?
Yeah, I'm working and talking to
Are you
communists.
working or are you talking to communists? Which one?
Oh, I can do both.
Doing both? Okay, cool.
I'd love to know what he thinks communism is.
You diddle your butthole and you try to justify anything that's anti-American.
No, that's not communism, my love.
Well, I mean, you are. I mean, it is in my definition that you're a
sounds
communist,
that sounds
and you're
like
a
Donald
savage
Trump's
Brit wrong.
idea. Sounds like Donald Trump's idea of nightly entertainment, to be honest.
Dude,
Yeah,
I don't know why you, hey bud, I don't know why you keep slinging, why you think as somebody from Nebraska you can sling insults at the Brits. I've spent a bunch of time in your state.
Because they're animals. They
I
are
really don't think,
basically.
Bud, they are far more cultured than you are. I really don't think that you would. I really don't think. I really don't. Of all the things,
absolutely savage animals.
I really, again, as somebody who's spent a lot of time in Nebraska, I really think that this is a losing battle for you.
Why? We have clean streets, and we don't have
No, you don't.
and knife stabbers. We have perfectly good streets.
You come to London, which is far cleaner than any US city I've ever been to. Far cleaner. I'm 47 years old, and I'm yet to see a shit in the streets. If I saw you, maybe I'd fulfill that fantasy, but you know.
you know, you guys only have
Or
a
maybe you
major.
just
You
used
guys
to
only
the
have a
smell.
major. You guys only have a major like opiates problem there, and of course, all your farms are failing because of the Trump administration, and you won't admit
I
that it's
love the
because of
opiates
that.
because it makes
You
all
won't
the
admit,
illegal
and you won't
immigrant
admit,
homeless
and you won't
die.
admit.
It's
What
pretty
was
great,
that?
actually.
What was that? Couldn't hear
Yeah,
you.
I like all the opiates because it makes all the homeless people die.
You do realize that the opiate epidemic is predominantly affecting white men, right?
and
Good, they're
and
retards. They deserve
Way
it.
to go,
and
dumbass.
and wealthier ones at that, because they're the ones who can afford it. You fucking
Good.
moron! It's literally
Good. They
wealthy
deserve it.
white men who are the people who
Good.
vote like you. You
Good.
moron!
Good.
Hey, have you ever left your own country ever?
Yes.
No, you haven't.
Yeah, 100% have.
You said that with no conviction whatsoever.
Where you been?
I've been to Puerto Rico, been to Mexico, been to Canada.
Puerto Rico is
America.
part of the
Puerto
United
Rico
States,
is.
you fucking moron!
It's a territory, but whatever.
It's
Consider it
part of the
Okay.
United States, you idiot! Holy
Oh, do they-
fuck,
so
you
are
fucking
they
hick
under
from
our federal
Nebraska! You're gonna
Mhm.
sit here and fucking insult the British. They're savages. You just called Puerto Rico another country, you dumbass. Holy
is all
fucking
of the
shit!
British is
You
all of the British
fucking
Commonwealth
oh
the
my
UK?
god, you goddamn fucking hick! Holy shit!
Mhm.
This is why Nebraska is ranked so far down in education. Are you doing meth too? Do you
That's
have
very
all your
cute and all.
teeth? Hey, by the way, guys, this is why. Did you know that the toothbrush was invented in Nebraska? Because if it was invented anywhere else, they would have called it the teeth brush.
Nice.
Now that's a guy who doesn't wash his butthole.
No. He just thinks that it all runs down.
100% swamp ass city. Uh-huh. Scared to do it, right? Because like if he were to do it, well, that's fruity. That's real men don't do that.
By the way, we've got the one here from Nemo, which has so this is Nemo. It's funny because there's two really good reports. I've got a slightly newer one. So there is this one has the sheriff desk. This one actually Schmurders and politically motivated terrorism, excluding 9/11, which is 63% share of the unalivings. 63%. Is attributed to the right.
For anybody that is wondering why it's excluding 9/11, they're going to try and argue, oh, well, it's not fair. They exclude 9/11 because obviously 9/11, the amount of people that were unalived in that attack is so high that it skews the graph into basically being unreadable, right?
But because I've also got I've got this one too, which came out February 19th. This one has so it's
can you go back up to the headline and then I'm going to look it up.
Absolutely. Dude, I'll just send it to you. Here.
Oh, yeah, that works.
Duh. But here, I'll just link this. There we go. There you go.
Now, if you said it, 9/11 is right wing technically, right? I mean, yeah, like that's what Collar was arguing. I mean, you can make the argument that that radical Islam is inherently right wing, absolutely, because it is it's a fundamentalist interpretation of religion that is patriarchal. Values hierarchies and is obviously very repressive to women and anyone who isn't a straight cis dude.
So this particular one excludes the 9/11, but I think it also excludes Oklahoma City. Even if you exclude Oklahoma City, right wing is still the highest. with 45%. So even if you were like, okay, we'll take Oklahoma City out, which would be the bookmark to the Islamic terrorist one, then you would still be there. So, and they also actually explain some of their inclusions and exclusions, and they explain exactly why. Also, so here are their numbers. They also have one. So this is a table where they just do everything, right? So they're like, okay, here it is with 9/11, with Oklahoma City, excuse me. Then this is one with excluding 9/11. This is 1975 to 2025. The number, again, for the right is slightly lower because the number for Islamic terrorists ticks up a little bit. So again, but it's still 60% right wing in this. And then again, if you exclude Oklahoma City and 9/11, it's still right wing with the majority at 45%. The left never gets above 15% as a share. Like that, it's just not a thing that we see in this country. So, and if anyone out there is looking for it, I'll pop it up in political sources in Nemo's Discord. But if you're not in the Discord, don't know why, but if you're not, grab a snapshot, a screen cap of politically motivated unalivers, 51 years of terrorist murders on U.S. soil, 1975 to 2025. I think it's an excellent source to have, and I think that it's just great data. Great data. So
I'm still reeling at being called a savage, which is just I've not heard the British right wing saying people are shitting in the streets.
I mean, I was loath to bring the Nebraska thing to that because I want to be honest with you guys. I did over the course of 3 years. I spent a shitload of time in Nebraska. I met so many wonderful people, and I spent a lot of time between Omaha and Lincoln, back and forth, like 3 or 4 days at a time. I was spending a lot of time in Nebraska. I would say I spent probably 100 days a year there. So no shade against Nebraska. I just really want to point that out. Thank you for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes, I did.
Okay. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
33, Illinois.
Okay. Why do you still support Donald Trump?
I mean, there's a lot of great reasons why I still support him. I think, but one of the most fundamental ones is that I think we needed him. You know, I think that a lot of things that he's doing is great, but at the same time, you know, it also is a person that can turn down the temperature a little bit, because for things like, for example, a lot of people say, oh, he's a fascist, he's a king or whatever, right? And all this type of stuff. And then our system shows that, you know what, have faith in the United States. You know, if something is wrong, we can challenge it. We can go take it to the courts and we can do all this type of stuff. And it shows people that, oh, no, we do have a system in place to have confidence in, and that no one person can be bigger than the whole program. You get what I'm saying?
No.
You don't think so?
What?
So when something happens with Trump, for example, when they say, hey,
Hey, hang on one
excuse
second.
me?
Okay, just one sec, friend. We had a question for you.
Yeah. Go
how
ahead.
did he turn down the temperature?
I think that he can turn down the temperature if we start to look at it in a different way. So I say, for example, some of the decisions he's made, they all get brought up in court. And that shows that we have a system in place to where we can have faith in and not be thinking, oh my God, look, we elected the wrong person and they can bring us to hell. no, we can't, because we have a system in place and it's working.
Okay.
Some things get shot down and some things go through.
Those are all words.
Yes, ma'am.
I appreciate that all of them are words, but in the order you said them, they didn't appear to make a whole ton of sense. And my question to you regarding your comments are,
Yes.
if Donald Trump defies the Supreme Court, who checks him?
Okay, but has the Supreme Court ruled with him
Sorry,
on every turn?
I don't answer a
Okay,
question with a
well,
question.
they have. The same people in the Supreme Court will check him. Now, that to answer your question, if he selects them, they still the
How?
person that has the job to
What's
do
the
so.
enforcement?
Now,
What's the
for
enforcement
proof,
arm of the
you can look
What's
at
the
the decisions they have made, and they have not sided with him on every
So-
single
what's
thing.
the
So there's no
what's the
point in just being
enforcement
fear-mongering.
What's the enforcement arm of the Supreme Court called?
The enforcement arm of the Supreme Court. So you got
Uh-huh.
the
Judge
legislative,
makes
you
ruling.
got the
Judge
administrative.
makes ruling. Who enforces ruling?
I think that the administrative branch enforces rulings, right? Or am I confused? Like
Administrative?
you have a ruling
Did you
making,
just say
and
the
then somebody has to
administrative
administer it, right?
branch? The administrative branch of the US government, did you say?
Nothing of everywhere you go. I think that administrators are the ones that administer the whatever legislation is put out, right?
Holy shit.
That's
Okay, let's
everywhere,
try
right?
this again. Let's try this again. Who issues warrants?
Who issues a warrant? Probably the sheriff. Okay.
A judge. Well, okay, fine. Who signs warrants is going to be a judge. So,
yes, yep.
let's say the court issues a warrant
But why
for
are you
your
asking
arrest.
that though?
I promise you're going to understand. I promise you're going to understand. Just work with me here.
Okay.
So, the court issues a warrant for your arrest.
So you think okay? So
oh my God!
Just then. So you're basically
yes
going
no,
to tell me.
If I promise this will go so
okay,
much
okay,
faster
okay,
if you
okay,
could just stop talking and answer.
I'll play by your rules. I'll play by your rules.
Excellent.
So,
okay. Court issues warrant for your arrest. Court issues warrant for your arrest. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Who picks you up?
The sheriff.
Police. Yes.
But federally, like, so for the federal courts, who enforces that? There's a specific group of people. Do you know who that is?
I don't have to deal with the feds. I'm never going to the feds.
You absolutely might have to deal with the feds, absolutely, because you live in America and you deal with the.
I'm not doing nothing.
Hey, bud, you can say that all you want, but one day you might have to. But it doesn't matter because everybody still lives under the same rules. It's the federal marshals. The federal marshals are the ones that enforce the rules for federal courts, including the Supreme Court. Now, Nemo, what branch of our government do those marshals work under?
The executive branch.
Well, that's crazy. The executive branch is under Donald Trump. So you're saying that if the Supreme Court makes a ruling and they need to enforce the ruling, the people who would enforce the ruling are under Donald Trump's control.
Correct.
Okay. Now, can we talk about, then tell me why terrorists were shot down, man. He brought the tariff case to court. Well, no, he enacted tariffs. The judges said hell to the no. It went to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court shot it down. And you're trying to tell me what? That's a bad thing because the U.S. Marshals got to come pick them up and they can't pick them up? It wasn't even a U.S. Marshal case in the first place. All I'm saying,
no
though,
shit,
is
dude.
he
That's
can make,
not
he
at
can
all.
Make
that's not at all what we were just saying.
Hey, can I ask you a question, sir?
Uh-huh.
If I was to ask you to call me a woman, would you call me a woman? And I said, respect my identity, and you call me a woman, right? So can you respect me and not call me stupid or stuff like that? And we can just talk man to man? Okay, well, can you drop the fucking, you feel me? Can you drop all that?
Drop what?
Thank you. And we can have that whole, that's fucking.
Are you being sensitive right now?
Stop that shit. No, I'm not being sensitive. I'm saying let's have respect for somebody when we're talking to each other. It's not emotion. It's not emotion at
Okay.
all. Trust me. I'm being
Why
very
are we
level-headed.
talking about talking
I'm not raising
instead
my
of
voice
talking about what we were originally talking
because
about?
I asked you a question, sir. So you can talk to me like you got some
Okay.
sense, and I can talk to you like I got sense, right?
I promise
So
you
let's
are
do that.
you are so out of your
All
depth
right,
in
then.
this conversation.
What what depth do I need to be in to tell you that why I support something? What type of depth do I need to have? You tell me.
Well,
What type of depth do people need to
basic
have?
civics would be good.
Okay, sir. For one, you don't need to be an astrophysicist to understand that we have checks and balances in place in the United States. And you don't have to sit there
That's
and
why I said basic
try to
civics. I
tell
didn't say
people that we
astrophysicist.
don't. You don't have to tell people that we don't, bro.
Holy shit.
We have that shit in place. And it's
How many
working.
branches of government are there?
We see it already right now with Trump. We see it
How
working.
many branches of government are there?
Okay, I will answer your question, but I want to know why you're asking me this.
Stop stalling.
Is that because you're saying that Donald Trump
Stop
supporters
stalling.
got to be of a certain intelligence or something?
Yes,
Is that what you're saying?
I want you to have a basic grasp on civics, and you're stalling.
Okay, there are 3 branches of government:
Okay, name them.
legislative, judicial, and the whatever part the president. I can't think of it off the top of my head. I'm cooking right now.
Executive.
I'm
How
literally
many
cooking.
people are in the House? How many people are in the House of Representatives?
I'm not sure, but it's over 100. I'm not sure like the exact amount, but I know it's over 100, and it's broken up by state. Each state has a certain amount of representatives based on their population. But I don't know the exact number. I'm sorry.
How many amendments are there in the Constitution?
Oh, man, there's a lot of amendments. But we look at the first 10 as the Bill of Rights. But there's more amendments than the first 10. Like, why are you quizzing me, man? I've been to school just like you.
Do you want me to answer?
I don't know the
questions for
exact
you?
because I'm not in
'Cause I can do
politics.
it.
I don't know the exact stuff.
No. This isn't
my
about being
job.
in politics, dude. What if I told you that everything that I just asked you is on the citizenship test?
Then, well, that's good because we had to take that test in like 7th grade. It's okay to forget
No, you
that
didn't.
stuff by now. Yes, we in
Do
Chicago we
you
did.
want to ask?
We take
do you
that
wanna
test.
ask me
We
the
take the thing,
questions,
the
Nemo?
preamble. You have to do the little thing. You have to know who your state representative is. We did all that stuff here in Illinois. I don't know where you're from, but we take that test in like
Georgia.
6th or 7th grade.
Okay,
Then that's
so
on
you're
y'all's
saying that
education system.
you failed it just now?
No, I don't remember. Do you remember everything from when you were in fucking 7th grade, dude?
No, but whenever
You
it
remember
comes to
that.
this topic,
Exactly,
seeing as
bro.
we're talking about
You
this
don't, 'cause you
topic,
don't use it
I
every day.
I do
You don't
know.
use it every day. You don't use it every day. I don't do this every day. This is your job, not mine. I'm calling in to have a conversation because I think it's
A
important
conversation about
that we
politics,
hear all sides.
right?
That we hear 'cause
A
it's
conversation
important
about
that we hear all
politics,
sides.
and you're
Well,
just
the conversation
so
is
if you
about
want to have a conversation
why
about
did you
politics and you
support
lack the
Trump?
understanding necessary to have that conversation, then that
That's
is
not the
important.
point. That's not what your topic was.
That is very
that's
much
not the
point.
topic. Okay. If you want to make it the topic,
if a
let's make it the topic
6-year-old
then.
is trying to
If you
have
want to
a
make it the
conversation
topic,
about
let's make it the topic
astrophysics
then.
with a PhD, then
Let's
it
do it then.
matters that the
Now, what's up?
6-year-old has no fucking concept of what we're talking about.
All right, now then ask a question then, because I answered all your questions. And then if you want to sit here and just say that no one can ever talk to you because you're so smart and we're so dumb,
I didn't say that.
How does that progress anything? That's what it sounds like.
I didn't say that.
You're saying that no one can talk to you because I know everything.
Oh my god! This is now the 3rd time that I'm
Because
going to say that I did not say that.
Because I have a PhD in politics.
I don't have
You
a
can't talk to
PhD.
me. Well, that's what it fucking sounds like to me.
Well, that's probably because
So-
you're not listening.
So would you like to reframe your question?
You're saying that Donald Trump is a means of proving that we can turn the temperature down because he is, in essence, a test, right? He tests the limits of government, except there's still absolutely things being broken in this system. Like you say, well, this is just proof that the system works. No, it's not, because people are getting deported without due process. People's homes are being entered without judicial warrants. People's civil rights are being violated on a daily basis. And reprisal is not happening. Donald Trump is not being held to account for this. His administration, the people that actually do it on the ground, are not being held to account for this. Donald Trump is making economic decisions that are going to impact us for decades. And he's not being held to account for that. You want to point to the tariff thing as, see, the system's working. No, he said that he's just going to use a different method of doing tariffs. Now, it's not as insane, but it is still ultimately doing tariffs. Tariffs don't work in this economy. That's not how that works. But you would have to have an understanding of macroeconomics and global trade if you want to know how to navigate that, right? And Donald Trump does not. You want to say that, oh, hey, it's fine because the system will rein him in. We've already had over 200 American soldiers injured in some way, shape, or form, if not killed, in Iran for no fucking reason. For no reason. And that's not me trying to like score points. That's not me trying to score points and be like, oh, well, fuck the military. They're just doing it for imperialism. No, I don't like insulting the military at all. I don't. I'm saying that the military right now is fighting a pointless war. And that is fucking tragic. Because they didn't sign up for that.
Okay. Well, as a veteran myself, you don't get to pick and choose what you signed up for. You signed up, and where they send you is where they send you. That's point blank, period.
Can we agree that the conflict in Iran is a pointless war?
Actually, first off, no, we cannot agree on that. Just point blank. I'm not going to say anything else, but I do not agree that it's pointless. So if that's how you feel, that's how you feel, but I don't feel the same way as you. But can I ask you a question, though? Because it sounds like you don't believe in the American system, as if you're saying, oh, well, he did this and that and nothing's happened. Well, they slow it up, they send it to court. Court takes time, right? Even all this stuff with immigration and deportations and things like that, they can't just stop it overnight. Even if we wanted to, you can't just stop it overnight, but they can go through the process of trying to get ICE stopped or deportation stopped. They can start going through that process. It might take some time, yes, but that's what happens with everything.
How much
there are people
time?
Who have gone to, I don't know, honestly, because to give you an example, there are people who have done jail time, 6, 7, 8, 9 years, wrongfully convicted, but eventually the system gets it right. So I don't know how much time, sir. And I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke up your ass and just say it might take 2 years, 1 year, whatever. I do not know, but I know we have a system in place that will not allow bullshit to go on, and the American people do not have to be afraid. We don't have to be afraid. Have confidence in our system.
What you said, just to be clear, and I'll relent after this one. What you said, to be clear, is that we have a system that eventually stops, maybe, bullshit going on.
Yes,
right?
we do.
Eventually.
We do, yes.
So what you're telling me is that
eventually
our system allows it to go on for a certain amount of time. And I feel like that's a problem, right? Obviously, no system. Hold on.
No.
I'm just going to state my view on the system.
Allowance is the wrong word. Allowing is the wrong word. Allowing is the wrong word.
That's what's happening, though.
No, it's not allowance. You're trying to stop it, but you only have so much jurisdiction. You can't just muzzle somebody. You can't just legally just snatch them off the street and just say, hey, you got to stop. No, you can't do that. You have to go through the system. So it's not allowance while we're going through it.
That's what ICE does. That's what ICE does on a regular basis, dude.
Well, ICE is they have a different mission. Okay, if you want to do that, you got to put the missions on each one. Local police versus what ICE does versus what the FBI does versus what the CIA does. Like, everybody has a different mission. It's ICE's mission to do that. So, but no one.
Okay, so what you're saying is that the people who are fucking with the system are allowed to fuck with the system, but the people who are charged with protecting the system cannot adequately protect the system in a prompt manner.
That's what it seems
I'll
like
put it
a little
another way.
bit. I would say that. I would say we have time frames.
That's too complicated of a question. I'm going to put it another way.
No, we have time frames. So you're right.
How many court cases?
Actually ends
how
up
many
being that way.
court cases? How many court cases are going to be needed to bring back the
I don't know,
lives
man. I'm not a lawyer.
those
I am not a
lost-
lawyer. I don't know how many court cases
Dude,
it would take for anything,
can you listen to the full question before you start talking?
I don't know how many court cases anything would take. I don't care about the rest. I don't know because I'm not an attorney. Why are you asking me this?
So listen to the question because you, dude, listen to the question because you don't have to be an attorney. Listen to the entire question. Don't make any noise. Listen to the entire question. How many court cases are going to be needed to bring back the soldiers that were killed in Iran?
Well, you can't bring the soldier back unless you're talking about like
No
they're
shit.
dead, like back from the death, or back from Iran, or back from the dead.
Wow. Okay.
Well, you can't do that. So why you even ask that question?
I'll stop.
Why'd you even ask that?
I don't even know.
Why'd you even ask that?
Caller,
Like seriously, why'd you even ask that? No court case can do that.
caller, I have a question for you. Are you? I know that you're not listening on the stream, but are you looking at the stream on a secondary device or not?
No, I'm cooking
That's fine.
dinner right now.
That's fine. I'm gonna read something to you. If a judge tried to tell a general how to conduct a military operation, that would be illegal. If a judge tried to command the attorney general in how to use her discretion as a prosecutor, that's also illegal. Judges aren't allowed to control the executive's legitimate power. Who said that and about what? Do you know?
I think there was something about that when they were trying to say it was something about presidential immunity, and that was the attorney that was fighting on behalf of Trump administration said something like that.
No, that
But
was
they got shot down.
No, that was the Vice President of the United States of America, J.D. Vance, last year when a federal judge simply ruled against Donald Trump.
Yeah, but that was the court case about.
Hang on. I'm explaining to you because you didn't know this. You don't know what court case it was about that he was talking about because you didn't even know.
I think it was that, though.
It was about, no, this was already after Donald Trump was president. It had nothing to do with the thing that you just talked about. This is when a federal judge simply, let me explain.
Okay. I'm hearing you.
You're talking while I'm talking. You can't be hearing me. Stop.
Saying okay is talking while you're talking. That's crazy.
Yes, you're
you're
literally talking while I'm talking. Saying okay is literally talking while I'm talking. Yes. Stop. Anyways, this is just after a federal judge simply ruled against the Trump administration. That's all. It was just simply a federal judge ruling against them, which, by the way, happens all the time to every single administration. And he said, judges aren't allowed to control the executive's legitimate power. J.D. Vance has a law degree from Yale, and yet he seems to not know that we have Little versus Barmy, Ex parte Milligan, we have Youngstown Sheet and Tubeco v. Sawyer, we have Hamden versus Rumsfeld, and we have Budaman versus Bush. We have all of those Supreme Court cases that actually reinforce the fact that judges are, in fact, allowed to rule against the executive branch in our country. So, who's right? Is it that can the Supreme Court limit the executive branch's power, yes or no?
Yes.
Cool. The Vice President of the United States says that they can't. Do you think that might be a little bit concerning?
Only if you don't believe in the system.
Great.
Because the system is working.
Oh, really? Is it now? Let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard of Cherokee Nation v. Georgia?
No, I do not study law.
That's fine. but you might have heard what happened because of it. It was a case that happened in 1832, originally called Worcester v. Georgia. Okay? And this happened under Andrew Jackson. It was about the Cherokee Nation in the state of Georgia. And it basically was a ruling that they were their own sovereign nation and they were allowed to remain in Georgia. It was literally the precedent that there was going to be federal protection of native people and native lands in the state of Georgia. Okay? Andrew Jackson was the president. So the Supreme Court said, sovereignty, these people are allowed to be here. Do you know what Andrew Jackson said, the president of the United States? He said, and I quote to you, John Marshall has made his decision, now let him enforce it. And then Andrew Jackson directed the military to remove everyone in the Cherokee Nation. That culminated in the Trail of Tears. 4,000 Cherokee citizens died because of that. So don't sit there and tell us that the President of the United States can't up and ignore a Supreme Court decision, because they fucking can. Get it?
Okay. They were doing a lot of things back then. Back then, they were marrying fucking 12-year-olds.
I'm so glad.
We don't do that shit no more.
I'm so glad
we
that
don't
he
do
said
any of
that.
stuff no more,
I
man.
was hoping that he was going to say that.
We don't do that stuff no more. So
Thank you, caller, for teeing this up.
Bro? There's a different time and age we live in now.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy that you teed this up. You could, there were different ways you could have responded. You responded in the most perfect way possible. Thank you. This is perfect fucking timing. Go ahead, Matt.
2025. I think that what Trump should do, like if I was giving him one piece of advice, fire every single mid-level bureaucrat, every civil servant in the administrative state, replace them with our people. And when the courts, because you will get taken to court, and then when the courts stop you, stand before the country like Andrew Jackson did and say the Chief Justice has made his ruling, now let him enforce it. Because this is, I think, a constitutional level crisis. If we continue to let bureaucrats...
What was that about it being... Oh, well, they did a lot of stuff back then. Now, if you can't see on the screen, that is J.D. Vance, pudgy doughboy himself. He's I think he just grew out the beard and was just starting Ozempic there. Doughboy is sitting here in the year, I think it's 2021 or 2022? 22. He says this. Cites Andrew Jackson, the very president that you said, oh, well, you know, they did a lot of stuff back then. J.D. Vance is the vice president of the United States today. Is it really just back then?
And then I feel like all you guys are doing is proving the fact that the system works, in my opinion. That's all you guys are proving. The times have changed. We think differently now. Back then, that was a popular move to say, let's get the Native Americans out of here. No, dude, it was a popular move back then.
It's the exact opposite of what you're saying. We don't think differently because J.D. Vance is saying, yeah, he agrees with Jackson ignoring the Supreme Court. That's not thinking differently.
Wait, is it not thinking differently just because one man named J.D. Vance has an opinion?
Vice president?
So we should all think. Do you think that we all think
the one man being the vice president? Yeah,
man, that is nuts to think that we all think like the vice president just because he's the vice president.
No, I'm not saying that we don't even know all think like him. I'm saying that the vice president is a heartbeat away from the presidency and has the ear of the president. And he thinks that it is okay for the president to ignore judicial rulings that he doesn't like. That's what that was about. And it doesn't matter if you personally agree or disagree with what J.D. Vance said, because he's literally agreeing with Jackson. The risk there is him telling Trump, yeah, just ignore the ruling.
Okay. Although that's what he thinks, it would never happen. Not
really?
Not
because it happened with Jackson.
I don't. Well, that's back then. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Back then.
That was back then, bro. We on some other time now.
So,
It's
all
not
right, great.
happening
Okay,
nowadays.
great. Okay, so it's not happening. So great, we've come full circle. But if it
Thank
does happen, and the Trump administration decides to not enforce a Supreme Court ruling, how does the Supreme Court remedy that? How do they say to the Trump administration, if the Trump administration does exactly what J.D. Vance says they're going to do, how does the Supreme Court stop them?
That's not a question for me. That would be a question for law enforcement. Like, what is your strategy?
Law
in case the
enforcement
president ever
doesn't get
just
involved
goes
in that.
wild?
That's not a law. It's
Well,
not a criminal thing. It's not law enforcement. We've
well,
already
I'm
gone
not
over
gonna get
this.
involved in it either.
We've
I'm not
already,
gonna go
dude.
bang
We've
down the
already.
White
This
House
is
doors.
why.
I'm
This
not
is
gonna do that
why.
either.
This is why we were trying to explain to you earlier about the U.S. Marshals. And the U.S. Marshals would normally be the ones to enforce this, but the U.S. Marshals are under the control of the executive branch, and the executive branch is in control of whom right now?
So what would you rather do?
Who is in charge of the
Complain?
executive branch?
The Trump is,
So
man.
who's in charge of the
Damn.
U.S. Marshals?
Trump then.
Good.
by
So
proxy.
so then are the U.S. Marshals going to enforce a Supreme Court decision?
Who
Oh my
knows?
God, you finally shut the fuck up. You figured it out.
Who knows?
Holy
Who
shit.
knows what would
The
happen?
guy, he finally shut
who
the
knows
fuck
what
up
would
and he
happen?
fucking figured it out that if the Trump administration doesn't do a Supreme Court order, no one's going to fucking stop them. Good job, caller. Took us fucking 30 minutes. Jesus Christ.
We haven't had to come to this. We have not had to come to that situation yet. That's the
We
great part about
shouldn't
America.
have to. We shouldn't have
have
to.
not had
See,
to.
your
We-
argument,
right,
your
we
argument
have
with
not had
Trump
to.
was that no. Your argument was that, oh, well, you know what, the system is resilient and it's going to stop him, and it might take some time, but it'll stop him and it's fine. And so
Yeah.
because it's going to stop him, that's great. How about we don't do anything in the first place? How about we don't put ourselves in a position where that happens? That was an option.
Well,
that was an option
because nothing. Okay, I understand what you're saying, because nothing great ever came for doing it on the regular schedule. For example, Apple. Let's just use Steve Jobs. You know, this is like the famous story. Him and his friends
Oh my
dropped out of
God!
college,
Don't
and they
please don't.
and they did their
don't
thing.
Do this.
No, I'm just saying.
Oh
listen.
my God! This is like
see, when I
fucking
talk to you,
finance
you can
bro
get
shit.
Oh my God! Oh my God! All right, yeah, man. If y'all want to talk and hear yourself and fucking circle jerk each other, y'all can just talk then. I'll just listen. How about that?
Somehow I doubt that you.
But if you want to hear some shit, the same way that Steve Jobs and his boys dropped out of school and made some shit great, they did it outside of the structured system, and it ended up changing
No,
the
they
system.
didn't.
And
They literally didn't do it outside the system.
Okay, I got you.
They were.
All
Oh,
right, I got
so
you.
you're saying they
You
didn't
got
have?
it. You
Okay,
got it, bro.
no. So you're telling me?
You got it, bro.
Did you read Steve Jobs'
I can't even
biography
talk,
by
bro. You
Walter
got it, bro.
Isaacson? Did you read Steve Jobs'
No.
biography?
No.
Then
why
you would
I read
fucking
the
know that Apple had
biography?
fucking investors.
Why would I do that? Come on, man. Why the fuck would I do that?
Why would you read
You think I'm
Steve
just-
Jobs' fucking
I brought
biography?
it- Why would I do that? Why the fuck did you do it?
Because I wanted to learn about
'Cause you're a
Steve
fucking
Jobs.
nerd.
Because
You're a
I
fucking
wouldn't.
lame ass nerd.
Yeah, I fucking am, because I'm not going to
Right,
sit
so
here
just say that
and try to
shit.
talk about
So just say
Steve
that
Jobs
shit.
when I don't actually fucking know about Steve Jobs. You fucking
I said
idiot.
It's a popular. I said it.
You fucking idiot. They didn't do anything outside of the fucking system. They literally stole the idea for the mouse from Xerox. FYI. You fucking moron. Just so you fucking know. And they did get investors from the fucking system. Holy fuck.
The fairy tale that people are like the fairy tale people are told about Steve Jobs is it's annoying. I worked in IT, okay? Now I do this full time. I worked in IT. I'm a computer nerd. I'm fully. I wasn't asking for your opinion. I'm giving a history lesson. Shut up. So I worked in IT. I'm fully aware of Steve Jobs. I'm fully aware of the myth behind Apple. Dude, I said earlier that you weren't going to listen, and you're proving my point. Thank you. Okay, so you can either continue to make noises with your face hole, or you can learn something. If it's me, like lame ass nerd, I don't really give a fuck, dude, because I have zero respect for you, and I don't give a fuck about your opinion of me. Excellent. Back to me teaching people something useful. So, Steve Jobs did drop out of college. That part is true. Steve Jobs had some ideas. Steve Wozniak, who was the co-founder of Apple, who did the actual, I guess, nerd shit when Apple was getting off the ground, had a bachelor's in electrical engineering and computer science. Steve Wozniak, the nerd in that little partnership, did have a college education. Steve Jobs got investors from Silicon Valley. Steve Jobs was ousted at Apple because he didn't understand how to run a fucking business. And was it the Pepsi CEO?
Yep.
I think it was
Yeah, he was the CEO from Pepsi. That's who they brought in.
Yeah.
System.
So the Pepsi CEO led the ousting of him. Steve Jobs then disappears from Apple for a bit, comes back through sheer happenstance because Apple acquires a company that he had started up. Steve Jobs went to universities. He just never got an actual degree. He would do what's called drop in. He would go into random classes that he was interested in. Steve Jobs is not some like I guess Renaissance man super genius, right? He was really, really good at pitching things, and he had like the ability to do that. And he definitely had ideas that were important whenever it came to innovation. But this idea that, oh, well, just like Steve Jobs, we've got to say fuck the system sometimes, and then great things happen. No, that's not how that works, dude, because like Matt said, the mouse was developed by Xerox. Apple took it. Like, as far as the things that Apple actually created, I mean, they didn't even create, or I guess innovate on the idea of the iPhone. Like, there were capacitive touchscreens from, I think it was Nokia had released one 6 months prior to the iPhone. Now, of course, the iPhone ended up being revolutionary, right? But this idea that, oh my God, Steve Jobs saw further than everyone and nobody was thinking about it. No, dude, it was a matter of time. It was going to happen. There's this this saying, I can't remember what the exact wording is, but whenever it comes to, I guess, knowledge or ideas, there comes a time for that idea. Eventually, it is inevitable that a certain development, a certain advancement will come into existence, because it's not just one person that is right there. It's multiple people all at once. Newton and Leibniz is an example of this when it comes to calculus, right? There were plenty of people when it comes to automobiles, when it comes to flight. There are examples of this all over the fucking place, right? There comes a time for an idea when it will inevitably come. And so this idea that, oh, Steve Jobs dropping out of college proves that you don't have to have a college education, and he was fucking successful. Yeah, Steve Jobs also was responsible for his own death because he refused to take medicine that was proven that would have saved his life. He put it off at the end for a year. And time was precious at that point. If he had done it whenever he was told, he would have lived. Instead, he put it off for a year because he thought he knew better, and look where that got him. It's unfortunate. It's really sad, right? Steve Jobs was an asshole though. Like he was not some saint, not even close. And I want you to give me any other name in the tech space, because I know for a fact that you don't know dick about this. Not a hair of dick about this. Like you don't know anything about this. Give me one other name of somebody in tech that is oftentimes mentioned alongside Steve Jobs that dropped out of college. Bill Gates didn't. Larry Ellison? Nope.
Paul Allen didn't.
You ain't got one. You going to say Zuckerberg?
I'm just waiting to see if I'm even allowed to talk or not. Like, I'm just still waiting.
You've been talking a whole lot, dude, and none of it has made sense. I just want to
I'm
point
waiting
out, I
right
do
now.
agree with that. I'm still talking, thanks. I do agree with the caller on one thing, though. Matt, how dare you read a book to actually find out about what you're talking? How the fuck dare you, you big old nerd?
Fucking nerd. I know, right? Read a book about
Big
somebody
old
and
nerd.
then dare to correct them about the person that I read the book about. I know, right? Crazy.
I know. So weird.
Fuck.
Why would you educate yourself before speaking?
Yeah.
Sorry, I got an update from my phone. I said, why would you educate yourself before speaking on something? I don't know. This is privilege.
Mm-hmm.
Now can I speak?
You big old nerd, Matt.
Now can I speak?
No.
Thanks for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
I sure did.
Cool. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
I'm 30, and I'm in Washington State.
Okay. Why do you still support Donald Trump?
I don't.
Oh. Well, that's great. That's very good to hear. Glad to hear that. We are looking to just talk to people who are still supporting Donald Trump at the moment, but we're glad that you're not supporting him still. So.
Well, I'm a groiper. I'm America first.
Well, I guess that's reassuring. Will not have any progeny. That's good.
I would pick Trump
great.
over Kamala any day of the week, but I don't support him anymore.
No, of course you would. It's fine. Like you're not going to reproduce, so that's fine.
Yeah.
It's great.
It is very nice to know that women will never touch you or find you attractive. So, anyways, best of luck. And by best of luck, I mean I hope that it shrivels up and falls off.
Nigger.
Also, if you the next time that you watch Nick Fuentes, go ahead and search Nick Fuentes cat boyfriend. Have fun.
I didn't. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say real quick, we love the TikTok shop. And for those of you who haven't, I know, we're all big fucking nerds because we read books. But if you would like to be a big fucking nerd, read A People's History of the United States by Howard Zinn. Then you would learn about things like Cherokee Nation v. Georgia. You would learn about shit like that and what Andrew Jackson said. You would learn about all those things. So yeah, good shit.
I didn't think the last guy would be so fragile that he'd just hang up on me saying no.
Oh no, I hung up on him.
Oh, did you?
I did. Yeah.
Cool.
He's calling back though. Hi, thanks for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
C.
Hello?
C.
Hello?
C. C as in yes.
Oh, see. Oh,
C, senor.
Sorry, this is America. You should speak English. Gotcha. Yeah. So I don't know, man. Just seemed like before that you weren't really this wasn't really the conversation for you. You weren't really like tracking. So I don't know.
I didn't know because I was like I said, I'm cooking dinner, so I thought my phone lost signal or something.
Oh, okay.
So I was just calling back. But to your Steve Jobs point, I understand that he may not be the miracle man people make him out to be. That's not the reason I brought his name up. I brought the name up just because that's a common. It's like bringing up Cinderella. You know, most people know certain things. So when you're referencing something, I tried to make a common reference. I don't care the fuck about no Steve Jobs. But now if you want to ask me about my boy Phil Knight, who started Nike, I did read his autobiography. I do read a lot of books. I'm just like y'all, man. We all Americans.
Yeah, but if
We
you're going
read
to make a
books, we
point
go to
about
school.
but if you're going to make your point about Steve Jobs and you're going to make the point wrong, I'm gonna correct you and say, hey, you were wrong.
All I said was the common thread of saying everybody. It's like American, like apple pie. How do they say apple pie is American? That's all I brought it up for. It's to say like y'all know the story of Steve Jobs, or at least what they try to tell you, that he was in this fucking his garage and then he became a millionaire. So let's just use that as a reference point. I wasn't saying that it was all true and shit. I'm just saying we all know the reference.
But if it's not true,
I
then
get
why would you?
I get you. Because it's a common reference. It doesn't have to be true to be a common reference. Like kids going outside looking for four-leaf clovers. They're not going to find them, but kids still go look for four-leaf clovers. They just do that. This is America. We have different reference points for different things. And I say just like he was viewed as a disruptor,
Irish
Trump
genius.
is viewed the same way. That's all it was, bro. It's not a matter of who's correct or who's historically correct. It's just that it's a reference point. That's all it is. It's just a reference point. It's not all that. It's not that, bro. It's a reference point for people. Oh shit, yeah. Oh, the Steve Jobs thing. Let's have a conversation. Yes, it's a reference point.
Yeah, it's an
incorrect.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
I was rude for calling you a nerd. I shouldn't have called you a nerd.
It's an incorrect reference point. You were
I shouldn't have
wrong,
called you a
and
nerd.
just
That
say
was wrong.
it was an incorrect reference point. Just say I was wrong. I shouldn't have used that example because I was wrong.
No, honestly, sir.
Honestly, sir. It was
100%.
100% wrong. You were just wrong, and just man up and say I was fucking wrong. Jesus fucking Christ,
Sir,
dude.
It's not wrong
It
to
was.
say that
It was
everyone
wrong.
knows that story.
You were wrong.
Everyone knows it the
just
way
say
that it's
you were.
told.
No, they don't. Lots of
Yes,
us
they
know
do.
the correct.
Everyone knows it
no,
the way
they
that it's
don't.
told.
Lots
You
of us
gave
know
us
the
the
correct.
inside
I'm so
point.
sorry you
You
don't know
gave
the
the-
right story. I'm so sorry.
You gave the
I'm
inside
so
perspective,
sorry.
but
I'm
everyone
so
knows
sorry
the
that you
regular
don't
story.
know the right story. Tough
And it's
shit.
okay. And it's okay.
You're right. It's
brother.
okay. Hey,
And
brother. It's okay to be.
brother.
It's okay to be stupid.
Okay.
I agree with you. It's
So why
okay
are
for you to be
So why
stupid.
your panties? It's not stupid about Steve Jobs.
Stupid about
What
everything
is
in this
being
conversation.
What is being a Steve Jobs
Stupid about
historian ever made
everything in this
anybody?
conversation. You
What
have
being
been
a Steve
you have been
Jobs historian
unknowledgeable
made
about everything in
anybody?
this conversation.
Nothing
I'm not even
at
talking
all
about
in
Steve
life.
Jobs anymore, dude. I'm
Nothing
talking
at
about
all in
everything in
life,
this
bro.
conversation. You
As
have
a
been
Steve Jobs historian.
Dude, you won't even stop
shit in
talking.
life.
You
No
won't
one's
even stop
pursuing that.
talking to understand what I'm saying.
No one's pursuing that because all y'all do is talk.
I'd just like to remind everybody that that guy thought there was an administrative branch of the government. In fact, I text Matt and I said, there's a new branch. The tree is growing.
I was confused for a minute. I was like, the tree's growing. What? Yeah. So, thank you to Lewis on the green app. Said, this caller makes me embarrassed to be black. Oh, no, Lewis. No. Stop it now. Come on. That's not. This has nothing to do with anything. This guy is he's just lost in the sauce. So.
Yeah, that was just standard Dunning-Kruger effect.
Exactly. Let's see. Hi, thanks for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
What's up? No.
Oh, okay, friend. I appreciate that. We are just looking to talk to Trump supporters right now. So, but
what the fuck?
oh, okay, that's weird.
I can't talk to her and be on the phone at the same time.
Ha-
What's up?
Hi, are you back? Yeah, hi there. Anyways, listen, dude, it just seems like this is a conversation that's going nowhere because you won't take in any new information and you can't admit that you're wrong about something really simple. So, yeah.
No, let's move on to a new topic, man, because you guys are hung up on.
I know that you want to move on because you can't
it's-
even just admit that something super simple is wrong. You don't understand how our court system works. You can't understand why it is that the Vice President of the United States is literally out there saying that the administration should ignore court orders and what would happen if that started happening, and that it's happened before in United States history and we have no mechanism to stop it from happening. But you just are like, yeah, whatever. So, dude, why is there a point in having a conversation?
Is it okay that you think? Did you guys think this is like a doomsday thing, or like what is it exactly that you're trying to portray or something?
In the American government,
things were about,
in the American government, how does our system work? Is it checks and balances? Is that how our system of government works between the executive, legislative, and judicial branches?
You know it's checks and balances.
Cool.
Like,
so what happens if
saying?
there's no check or balance between the executive and the judicial branch? Does our system of government then fall apart?
So I would ask you.
No, I asked you a question, sir.
recent?
So you can't answer a question with a question. I asked you a
You
question.
You don't answer shit. All you keep asking me is questions. I keep asking you questions, and all you do is respond with another question.
You didn't ask
on, dog.
me
If
a
you gonna be
question.
real,
I
keep
am
it real.
asking you
Keep
a
it
question.
all the way real.
Keep it
it
real.
all the way
I
real.
asked you a question, and then you asked me a question. I asked you first.
Okay, and I'm okay.
Answer my question.
I'm gonna answer your question, and I will answer.
Good job.
And I will answer your question, and I will ask you a question back, and I want you to answer it.
I want
So,
you
yes,
to answer my question
We do
first.
have checks and balances in place, and you're saying that Trump is in control.
That's not the question I asked you. That's not the
balance.
question I asked you. You can't even answer the fucking question I asked because you fucking ignored the question I asked. What was the question I asked you?
If checks and balances are in place and he's the one controlling them, how can they be enforced? That's what you asked me.
I said,
and I'm saying,
if the checks and
what?
balances between the executive and the judicial branch stop, how can we have a functioning government?
If they stop, we cannot, but they have not stopped.
I didn't say that they have at this point. I was asking
it's what it
you
seems
if
like
they.
You're saying.
That is not. You are literally trying to imply things. I didn't say that. I just said if. What does the word if mean? If. I didn't say this has happened, therefore this is happening. I said if. Holy shit, dude. Do you understand the English language?
Earlier in this conversation, yes, I do understand very well. Earlier in this conversation,
I'm starting to doubt that.
I doubt a lot of things about you, bro, but it's okay. Earlier in this conversation, you said that you made assumptions that because he was in control of the U.S. Marshals, nothing would happen. So now you're bringing this if thing into the thing. So I was operating under your earlier baseline of saying that you think that this is what it is. That's why I said that. So now if we're going to do the if game, let's do the if game. If that happened, I believe fully that they would get his little ass. They would get Trump the fuck up out of there. That's what the fuck I believe. Because as a veteran myself, there is nothing bigger than the program.
Really?
Because that's what you fight for.
Cool. Who's in charge of the military?
Those are the
Who's
things.
in charge of the military?
Sleep at
Who's
night.
in charge of the military?
Donald Trump.
Oh,
But
cool.
it
Just
doesn't-
checking. Okay, thanks. Keep going with your little rant then.
I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah,
as
keep
a
going with your little
veteran
rant, bud.
myself,
Yeah, bud. Whatever you say.
do not sit
Yeah,
there.
whatever
and-
you say.
Hey, bro.
Yeah, whatever you say, bud. Yeah.
Okay, whatever I say.
Yeah,
man.
whatever you
If-
say.
If it's going to
Yeah,
be.
Anyways,
We're
thank
doing
you to
it for the
Lewis
purpose
for
of
the three.
conversation
Thank you
for
for
the
Lewis
people,
on the green app.
for
It says
everybody
black
else.
MAGA men are the worst from another black man.
Yo, this is nuts.
Thank
bro.
you, Lewis. Appreciate that.
This is nuts, bro.
What
now,
was
can
that?
I speak now?
What was that?
Now,
Oh yeah.
I'm interested
Now can I
actually
speak?
in I'm kind of interested in where he was going with that. You said as
You're not
a
letting me speak.
veteran, nothing's bigger than the program, and you were then trying to respond as far as Donald Trump's in charge of the military. What were you going to say?
He wouldn't let me talk, man. All he does
I'm
is
asking
just,
you, what were you going to say?
Who am I speaking to? Because I feel like I'm talking to 5 people right now.
Okay. Can you answer the question?
Ask the question again.
What were you going to say after you heard that Donald Trump is in charge of the military?
What was I going to say after I heard that Donald Trump is in charge of the military? Okay, I was on that line of nothing is bigger than the program. And then he interjected that Donald Trump is the commander in chief. So I don't know what the hell was going on after that point. Like what does having and saying that nothing is bigger than the program have to do with who is the president? That's what I just said. Nothing is bigger than the program. And that's how people feel.
Donald Trump is in charge of the military.
Nothing is.
So
okay. I've heard, okay, when I went in under Obama, I'm going to give you a real world example. I went in under Obama. Obama got elected while I was in training. Kid you not. I was in training when Obama got elected. The instructors were saying shit like, I ain't serving, I ain't doing no black commander in chief. Fuck this nigga. Oh, this da da da. They were saying that. They were literally saying that in front of us. So at the end of the day, nobody cares per se, like who the fucking president is, because we're gonna do our fucking job. But yeah, they was pissed that it was Obama. They're gonna be pissed that it's Trump. They're gonna be pissed that it's fucking JD Vance. They're gonna be pissed that it's Hillary Clinton. No matter who gets in place, they're gonna be doing this type of shit. And I'm trying to tell y'all, as a person that was in it, this is our mentality. Ain't nobody bigger than the program, bro. So stop with this. Y'all just be talking. Y'all on YouTube.
No, what does that mean?
Just running your fucking mouth.
What does that mean?
What does what mean?
Nobody's bigger than the program. What does that mean?
That we have a system in place in the United States. We have judges. We have jurors. We have voters. Everything goes through the system. If we don't like something, yes, it might take 2 years for it to stop, but we're working on it. Y'all believe that Trump controls everything for whatever reason. I don't know why, but y'all believe that. But hey, nigga, JFK got shot in the head. If they want you out of here, they're going to get you out of here. He got shot at on campaign. The boy Charlie Kirk got shot and killed. In America, we don't play this bullshit. There ain't nobody bigger than the program. And y'all keep playing and telling people, oh, yeah, it's so bad, he gonna do this and that. Yeah, okay. All right, y'all try that shit if y'all want to. It's not sweet here in America. We don't play like that. There's too much money going on. There's too much invested in our country. There's too many people depending on American success to allow one man, Donald J. Trump, to tear it all down. And you don't have to believe in Trump. Believe in the system. This system gonna keep rolling, baby. We on it.
Okay,
we are on it.
So Donald Trump has spent the last year blowing up random boats in the Caribbean.
Over oil. To secure Venezuelan oil. Which is the right type of oil for us. Did you know that our country does not refine our own oil? Did you know that?
Oh man!
Did you know that?
You're the guy who literally. Hey! You're the guy who literally just bitched and fucking moaned. We let you talk for like 3 minutes straight, and the minute Nemo starts fucking talking, you interrupt him and start talking.
Fuck Nemo.
Do you want me to just hang up on this guy?
Yep.
Hold on 1 second. Hey, man, just real quick, can you hang on 1 second for me, and then we'll let you talk, okay? Just give me 1 second.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Well, looks like the live got taken down. YouTube, we are going to unfortunately have to end things because we got taken down on TikTok. We'll try to go back up possibly later. Sorry, guys.